September 16th, 1994. A normal school morning in Zimbabwe. Children laughing, teachers inside, the sun high above the playground. And then, everything changed. More than 60 children claimed they saw something descend from the sky. Not a helicopter, not a plane, something else. Silver craft, strange beings, black eyes, and a message about the future of humanity that still haunts them today. But what makes this story even stranger is that Africa may have known about beings from the stars long before modern science ever did. This is the Aerial School Encounter. It was around 10 a.m. at Aerial School in Rua, Zimbabwe. The children had stepped outside for their morning break while teachers remained inside during a staff meeting. Then several students noticed something unusual near the tree line. Silver objects, round metallic discs glinting in the sunlight. At first, some thought it was just a strange reflection, but then the objects moved. The children described one large craft resting just above the ground, silver gray, smooth, no windows, no visible engine, no sound, and then beings emerged from it. Small figures dressed in black, thin bodies, large heads, massive dark eyes. Some children said the beings appeared to float. Others claimed they blinked in and out of existence like reality itself was glitching. The encounter lasted around 15 minutes, but for those children, time never truly moved forward after that day. The terrified children ran back to their teachers. At first, the adults didn't believe them, but when the students were questioned separately, something disturbing happened. Their stories matched, again and again and again. Soon, local UFO researcher Cynthia Hind arrived at the school. She asked the children to draw what they had seen. Dozens of drawings, all showing similar beings, similar craft, similar details. Not long after, Harvard psychiatrist John Mack traveled to Zimbabwe to investigate personally. And what shocked him most was the emotional sincerity of the children. These weren't kids giggling over fantasy stories. Many were visibly disturbed. Some struggled to explain what they experienced. But one detail appeared repeatedly. The beings never spoke aloud. Instead, the children claimed the creatures communicated directly into their minds, telepathy, and the message they received was deeply unsettling. The children described visions entering their minds, images of destruction, forests burning, pollution, Earth dying. The beings warned humanity to stop destroying the planet. No spoken words, only thoughts, images, feelings. Some children said the eyes of the beings locked onto them so intensely they couldn't look away, like they were frozen. One experienced BBC reporter later admitted the story disturbed him more than war zones he had covered before. And perhaps that's because this wasn't just a UFO story anymore. It became something deeper, a warning, a message delivered through innocent children who had no reason to invent the exact same experience. Years passed. The children became adults. They built careers, started families, tried to move on. But the aerial school encounter never left them. Many struggled with fear of ridicule. Some buried the memory for years. One of the most affected witnesses, Emily Trim, later became an artist. Her paintings repeatedly returned to the beings she saw that day. She described them as luminous, almost glowing, large black eyes, thin, fragile limbs, long necks, oversized heads. For Emily, art became therapy, a way to process something words could never fully explain. Filmmaker Randall Nicholson spent over 15 years tracking down the witnesses, and one pattern became clear. Those who were mocked often carried trauma. Those whose cultures already believed in spiritual realities seemed less shaken. Because for some African traditions, the extraordinary was never impossible. And this is where the story becomes even more fascinating. Because long before modern UFO discussions, many African cultures already believed humanity was not alone. One of the most mysterious examples is the Dogon people of Mali. For generations, the Dogon preserved ancient knowledge about the Sirius star system, knowledge they supposedly possessed long before modern telescopes confirmed parts of it. The Dogon spoke of beings known as the Nomo, amphibious visitors from the stars, teachers, messengers, entities connected to cosmic wisdom. They also possessed advanced astronomical knowledge involving Saturn's rings, Jupiter's moons, and humanity's place in the galaxy. To the Dogon, this knowledge wasn't strange, it was sacred, passed through oral tradition for centuries. Africa did not wait for modern science to imagine life beyond Earth. Many traditions already carried that possibility within them. The aerial school encounter remains one of the most compelling mass sightings in modern history. Dozens of witnesses, consistent testimony, psychological investigations, no universally accepted explanation. And maybe that's why the story still resonates today. Because deep down, humanity has always looked toward the stars and wondered, are we alone? But perhaps the more important question is this: if something truly visited those children, why was the message about protecting Earth? Maybe because this planet is rare, fragile, alive, a spinning blue world floating through infinite darkness. And maybe, just maybe, the greatest lesson from aerial school was never about aliens at all. Maybe it was about humanity remembering its responsibility to this world before it's too late. The children of aerial school are adults now, but many still stand by what they saw that morning in Zimbabwe. No fame, no profit, no reason to lie, only memories. Memories of silver craft, dark-eyed beings, and a message humanity still hasn't fully listened to. So what do you believe? Mass hallucination? A spiritual encounter? Extraterrestrial visitors? Or something humanity still doesn't understand yet? Let me know your thoughts below. And if you want more deep stories connecting ancient history, spirituality, and unexplained mysteries, subscribe now. Because some truths may be far older than we realize.